Hey, Josh.
Hello, happy Friday. How you doing?
Yeah, happy pre-Christmas Friday. Doing well, doing well. A 9 out of 10 solid. What about you?
Yeah, you've got incredible antlers going on there. I need to do something about that on my side for next week. I've said that week on week, haven't I? So
Yeah,
at some point
yeah.
you've got to give me some kind of some punishment for not doing it. So next
It's a
week I
warning.
will.
First time it's a
Yeah,
warning.
exactly, exactly. How
Oh
are
my
you, Yuli?
God.
You good?
Yeah, good. I miss Luis already. He's not with us today. I miss Luis.
Luis is not with us. You're right. Luis is with us in spirit. He's not physically with us. He is working on something quite important at the moment, and
Yeah.
we've got the full team beavering away behind the scenes on a bunch of different releases. So although it's a Friday, it's not a Friday mentally here on the Warden side. We are still
Yeah.
churning things out on our side.
Cooking in Warden's kitchen every single day. And about cooking, today we have a special guest with us. It's Lorenzo from the Venice team. Hi, Lorenzo. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, Lorenzo.
Hey Yuli, hey Josh, how's it going?
Ready,
Very,
Christmas spirit is on. We are
very
so
Def
good.
ready.
Definitely, you
Very,
can't
very
see it,
good.
but our whole house is full of Christmas decorations.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, welcome again, and Lorenzo, thank you for joining us. What we do on the Inference typically is we bring on friends, family, folks that we're building with, and we talk a little bit about what you guys are up to, and showcase some of the cool stuff that's going on behind the scenes. For many of you watching, some of you will know how important Venice AI is to Warden. Some of you won't know, and there's no way to understate how important Venice AI has been to Warden's trajectory. You guys are the primary provider of the models and the inferencing platform that we use at Warden, and there's so many reasons for that. So many reasons, but I'm not going to get into them right now. Before we get into the flow of things, Lorenzo, why don't you just take a second to introduce yourself? What do you do at Venice, and what's your background?
So I'm head of content and comms at Venice. So all the stuff you guys see on all the channels that we put content out on, I'm the guy behind the scenes directing the AI what to do.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, using a lot of our own stuff to make the content. So all of the videos, all of the images that you see that we put out on X, for example. those are made in Venice. And Venice is a private, uncensored generative AI platform. So, it's like ChatGPT or Claude, but without the spying.
Without the spying, there's kind of no
Yeah.
better way to explain it than that. You guys have taken a incredibly principled stance on AI being uncensored, but also private, and that
Mhm.
resonated with us. And that was one of the reasons why, when your founder started Venice, it was such a no-brainer to team up with you guys. But tell us about uncensored and private. Why is that so important?
Well, I think privacy has been an important topic for, I would say, a long time in tech and the crypto industry. In the crypto industry, you see this, very big principled stance on privacy, um, but you don't see it as much as in tech. I think since social media, we've all just accepted, with the whole Cambridge Analytica scandal, that they're just
Mm.
monitoring everything that we do. And not only that, they're taking that data and packaging it to influence our behavior. And so this has already been a huge problem with social media. And now with the advent of AI and the millions upon millions of users that are using this new technology, not only to you know improve their workflows or do some cool productivity stuff, but I think I read this stat 2 weeks ago where people are using it, like I think about 50% are using it for like companionship.
Right.
So people are, I would say, divulging their deepest darkest secrets to this machine and thinking that they're talking to the machine, right? But there's this little peeping tom, outside the window looking at everything that,
Mm.
um, and that's all these big AI companies. They monitor your every interaction and use it
Yeah.
to train their models, to improve their product. Of course, that's what they're always saying. But we think that um, we have another chance to do things right. We get a do-over, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is a last do-over. This is the final data set, right? This is the final data set that these companies will have, because what's more intimate than your deepest darkest fears or whatever you want to achieve in life? Um,
It's
yeah,
pretty
once
scary though, isn't it?
yeah,
Right? It's pretty scary
yeah.
because I saw that data point that you're referencing, which was a graph of what people are using AI for, and
Mhm,
I simply didn't realize this until I saw it, that more than the vast majority
mhm,
of GPT like usage is companionship. So what that means, I guess, for people watching this is you're using it as a source of either entertainment or friendship, or you're talking to it,
mhm,
riffing on it,
mhm.
ideas or feelings or emotional problems, whatever it might be, right? But
Yeah.
what you said hit the nail on the head. You're sharing your deepest, darkest feelings and emotions
Mhm,
with this platform that is actually collecting all of your data. And there's two sides to it. It's collecting it and using it for different purposes, but it's also collecting it and in theory could divulge this to someone. And I think this is something that
yes.
someone doesn't realize. Have you guys had feedback from customers that have come to you when they've realized this and gone, I don't want the authorities to, know all about my medical conditions or what's happening in my family
Yeah.
dynamic or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And Venice AI is a way to avoid this happening.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like imagine you're uploading your fitness data to the AI, and then a couple years later, your your insurance premium goes up because they have access to this data because the platform you're using decides to sell this to insurance companies.
Right.
This is not outside the realm of possibilities, right? Or three-letter agencies looking into certain things. Um, so yeah, Venice was definitely a big counter movement to that, and it's kind of bringing the crypto ethos of privacy and sovereignty to AI. And I think that's what our founder Eric Voorhees wanted to do. He wanted to, bring that ethos of sovereignty that we have in crypto that we kind
Mhm.
of take for granted in crypto, right? Like it's become so normal to in crypto to be kind of your own person on the blockchain and not have anybody um, see what you're doing in a certain sense. But this is lacking in AI and the normal tech industry. So
Yeah,
we Eric saw that and he was like, yeah, we need to bring some of this crypto ethos to AI definitely,
into
and to
AI.
give
Yeah, yeah,
yeah to give people options, right? Optionality is important, so
yeah.
we want it to be that private
Absolutely.
option.
Yeah, I think AI is moving so quickly that at some point, the next shiny thing becomes even shinier, and you start
Hmm.
depending on it more, and you start giving it more, and you start trusting in it more without
Hmm.
actually realizing that everything you're giving to it is being collected and used in some capacity, commercially or
Yeah.
for you curating your internet experience. So, really important mission you guys are on. And maybe talking about the platform and the adoption, what have you seen over the last year in terms of people using your product, the kind of demand for products and features
Hmm.
and models on Venice?
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like I think just recently we passed a 1.5 or 6 million registered users mark. So there's definitely a big cohort of users that are really loving our products. Um, and what we love, we have a very active Discord community that we interact
Mm.
a lot with. And I think the biggest thing they were requesting at some point was video. So video was something that really sent everything into exponential overdrive. Um, so that's definitely something that we've seen recently, and I've been enjoying it myself a lot as well.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
um, just I, I think if you're exposed to this technology day in day out, you really have to stop yourself to realize what is happening and what you're doing. And I think
Yeah.
I had that moment when we launched video again. So there are certain like aha moments in my
Yeah.
you know, um, experience with AI. I think, of course, the first time I said hello to ChatGPT, just like,
Yeah.
what the hell is
Right.
that? And then the first time I generated an image with AI, and then the first time I generated a video with AI that wasn't absolute, slop trash. I was like, oh, oh wow, this is really
It's a
great.
game changer, right? Like
Yeah, it
when
is
we
a game
launched,
changer.
just a little anecdote, just
Yeah.
to reinforce that. When we launched our AI trading terminal, one of the things we would have done in the old days, i.e., 6 months ago or whatever that is engaged a motion designer of some kind
Hmm.
and done a script for a video and worked on the
Hmm.
music and worked on iterating it, and it would have taken maybe weeks, right? It possibly would have taken us weeks to do this.
Yeah.
We did it on Venice in about 2 days. Two of us,
Wow.
two of us riffing. Most of the credit goes to Luis because he is the
Hmm.
OG at doing this stuff. But
Sick.
non-subject matter experts bashing
Yeah.
away behind the scenes, and we produced a video, and people saw it and were like, "Wow, that must have cost a lot of money to do." You
Yeah.
bang for your buck for what you get out of this video generation capability is
Yeah.
mind blowing.
I mean, for me, I've loved movies my whole life. I have a journalism background. I've used to make documentaries, and just having this technology at my fingertips, and just being able to think of something, like have a vision, and then just immediately able to either storyboard it with an image model, and then immediately like bring that storyboard to life with a video model, or like, and then go back to maybe text models to think through certain concepts, and all of this in the same chat is just like every day I use this technology. I'm amazed and blown away, and you see this excitement in our community as well. And people are always asking to add the latest models and all that stuff, and it's gotten to the point where um I can't even keep up with all the stuff that we're putting out. I'm like a madman every day, running behind the engineering team, like, guys, what's happened? Oh, we added another model. Oh, we added this
Yeah.
model. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like taking a step back. I'm basically now I'm using Venice AI to think about how I can automate us putting out these models. So I'm not like,
Right.
having, yeah. So
Right.
yeah, just like dog fooding our own product every day.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because in our case, as users of the API stack that you guys have
Hmm.
built, the amount of new models that you guys were bringing out a year ago was, one a month maybe, or you'd be doing
Hmm.
an update to a model, and then suddenly this proliferation of models happened a couple of months ago,
Yeah,
and you guys brought these models very quickly to your platform. So the
yeah,
amount of selection you guys have is incredible. What
yeah.
what are the highlights of some of the models that you guys have brought recently to the platform that have got you quite, or your community quite excited?
Hmm. So I think most recently we've been able to add a lot of the leading models from leading AI labs in the world. So we've recently added GPT 5.2,
Right.
Claude Opus, Kling, VO, um, just all these leading models that people have been clamoring for. Um, which, to be honest, like as a privacy first platform, we were like, okay, people are clamoring for this, right? How can
Mhm.
we give people what they want, but still, hew to the ethos that we started out with? And so this also falls on the giving people optionality. So there are some use cases where, you know, privacy is like a scale you can slide, right? Some use cases you don't need the full privacy. So we are offering these models under an anonymized uh, setup. So we, as Venice, submit your request for you and
Mhm.
act as I always like to call it, like we're like it's like the VPN of AI. So that's kind of like how we're offering those models.
Yeah.
To be clear, the labs and the companies, they can see the prompts, but they wouldn't be able to tie it to your personal information. So in
Right.
this way, where we are operating within the realities of the AI space, which is we want to offer our community the best models possible, even though I'm working with our fully private models every day, in
Mm.
in 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 concert to some of these um, closed source corporate models. What I'm getting is that the open source models are way more, to me, they feel way more uncensored. They're not
Mhm.
hamstrung with corporate content policies.
Mhm.
Um, but there are some use cases that, some models, each model has a flavor that they're the best in, right? And the more you use
Right.
this product, the more you use this technology, the more you get to know it. And for me, it's just amazing that I now have a place that I can go to where I can use all these models, open source
Right.
and proprietary for the specific use case that I want to use them in. So
Yeah.
uh, that's been something that we've been working on over the past weeks, and churning out these models as fast as we can, as fast as the community asks for them.
Very,
We
very
are
cool.
churning them out.
I think you're kind of peppering a little bit of alpha here in terms of what's on the horizon for you guys. Maybe just
Mhm,
teasing out a little thread from that. Do you see some stuff or changes that are perhaps working with either models or features that require some additional memory or context? And I'll,
mhm,
I'll give you one example. We've been using particularly Claude to do some planning exercises for some internal documents that we write, and it having that
right.
long history and context across different members of the team we found
Mhm,
really useful. So
mhm,
as I was thinking that through with the team and going, all right, should we actually use the Mistral model that we typically use on Venice for this, or should we use the Claude model that we used last week?
mhm,
Actually, we realized it would be better for this specific task to use the task that had this shared context and shared memory. How do you guys think about that? Because I know it's something that's definitely on your users' radar.
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely have a big memory project that we're working on internally. So,
Nice.
and this is so I think we had a product development update couple weeks ago, couple months ago, where where we already like putting our focus on what comes next, what comes after what we're building now, and everything that we're adding to the platform now is basically us preparing for that next phase, where we want to give users like you and builders, creators more tools to take this technology and actually start building their own things with them.
Mm.
So not that it's just an interface that you're interacting with, but that you can really that it becomes a platform that you can you know build really cool things with.
Sure.
And memory is a big part of that. So it's definitely a big topic that we're working on. We have some really smart people in our team trying to build this, because there's a tension there, right? Like, how do you create memory but still honor the privacy? So and that's a place where we have to look for that balance, where people who come to us can still expect what they want from us, but we can still give them the user experience that they also demand these days.
Very cool.
So yeah.
Very exciting. Well, we are pumped for it, and we will be using it in whatever form it comes out very soon. So, Lorenzo, before we wrap up, is there anything that you'd like to shout out or showcase on the Venice side before we?
Before we drop off, yeah, I mean, as I said, just keep an eye out on our channels, because there's a lot of stuff coming out. Like, we're adding new models like crazy. I think now we have most, if not all, of the leading models on there. So if people are looking for a spot where they can just switch seamlessly between all the big models and all the open source models, Venice is the place to do it.
Couldn't agree more. Lorenzo, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's a real pleasure, and we look forward to having you on maybe in the new year at some point. That'd be cool.
For sure.
Thanks
Cheers,
a lot,
guys.
man. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Let's bring Yuli back up and let's crack on. Hello.
Hey, oh my God, that just what Lorenzo said made me think about this, that, maybe ChatGPT will stop being my personal therapist and it knows too much about me at this
It
point.
may know too much. Yes.
Too much,
May know
yeah.
too
And
much,
and
yeah.
I saw that Luis commented in the chat as well, that it's important, everything that Lorenzo is saying, because privacy is the key and we are exposing, yeah, our deepest secrets. That is
No.
kind of scary. Yeah. So what they are building is truly remarkable.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah.
very necessary, I think, in this age of kind of just unfiltered giving everything to AI.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. And it made me like kind of reflect on my first experiences with AI as well. I don't even remember what was the first thing I ever said to GPT, but I remember the excitement and the feeling that everything that we used to read about in the books and watch the movies about it, and that's our reality right now. And I just really hope it will not turn into Black Mirror at some point, so we have to be careful.
I think it kind of already is very Black Mirror-esque, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
The fiction has become less strange than the reality that we're in, and that's actually a
true.
pretty good segue, I think, into the pulse. What do you think?
True. Yeah, the pulse is my favorite section of the our live streams, our episodes, except for the games where I usually lose.
Oh no, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. We'll see. So should we do it? Should we do the pulse?
Let's go. I'm really excited. What's happening
Nice.
this week?
Okay,
Oh,
producer, without even having to ask. Well,
what's that?
seamless transition. Well, look, we were talking about we were we were
Oh
talking
my
about reality being stranger than fiction, right? And so the first thing that I'm pulling out is, and this is a little bit old news now because it was earlier in December, but I saw it
Oh,
again on my timeline, and I thought I have to bring this thing up. So this is some footage from Beeple's show in Art Basel earlier in December, and this is just a bunch of robot dogs with wax heads on them. And this is art, right? And I'm not sure how on earth this qualifies as art, but this is art, okay, from what I'm being told. And it's absolutely fucking terrifying, isn't it? I mean, look at that.
It is.
It's beyond terrifying, but this is possibly the best use of advanced robotics I've ever seen.
Oh
Don't know
my
about
God.
you.
What does that thing do? What does that thing do? Like it just being like a robot dog, but with Jeff Bezos' head? Why would you want it?
Why would you want it? I don't know. We'll have to ask people about this because he's the guy who knows. But it's got advanced sensors on it, right? So it can kind of interact with the crowd, and it can, you know,
be your little companion.
I'm not entirely sure what that was, but it can do things like that. But you know, all in the name of art, right?
Yes, it does very, very nicely upward facing dog and yoga.
Yeah, it could be like a yoga instructor.
Teacher. Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Okay. So what is next is what I saw from OpenAI this week. So now they have opened up their ChatGPT to apps, is the best way to put it. So if you're a third-party dev, if you've got an application, you can apply to get your app listed in what they call their app directory. And so, you know, you can see some examples here: Adobe, Booking.com, Canva. And what this in practice lets your app do is communicate with ChatGPT users. So if you can think about using, for example, Booking.com, instead of me driving that whole experience through my web browser, I could, I haven't done this, but I think I could interact with ChatGPT connected to my Booking.com account, and it could do a bit of the searching, a bit of the curating, maybe even some of the booking. That would be quite cool.
Oh, wow.
But it gives, you know, GPT becomes the vehicle which you can do some things within applications. That's a pretty big step change in terms of what you can do with a chatbot, which is what GPT is, a smart chatbot.
Avoiding unnecessary tabs as well, or too many tabs. You just have GPT. Wow.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we've tried to do on the Warden side, but we've taken it a step further. You know, you can do the research, you can do very soon you can do things like organize your Google account. You'll be able to book flights, you'll be able to do some grocery shopping, but then you can actually pay for it using Warden. So they're going a step into the world. We're sidestepping that a bit and going into the agent space. So it's cool to see that we're all thinking along the same lines, doing as much as you can using natural language.
But on Warden, you can do it all. That's great.
Exactly. So the next thing that caught my eye was this, and this is a pretty big deal in terms of seeing the whole thesis around robots actually taking humans' jobs, seeing that coming true. So this is the largest maker of electric vehicles in China. They have actually put a humanoid-like robot on the factory floor doing things in their production base. And they've looked at some of the results of this, and what they've reported, I think we probably have to take it with a bit of pinch of salt, is that these robots have a 99% success rate at doing the tasks that they've been tasked at doing. So pretty wild in terms of the success.
I'm wondering what's the success rate when it comes to humans, though.
That's a very, very good point. Is this comparative? Is this compared to humans?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think, you know, the crazy thing is that the idea or the fear that everybody had around robots taking their jobs, everybody pushed this off and was like, oh, yeah. At some point in the future, this will happen. You know, 20 years.
The future is here.
Happened already. The future is here. But, you know, it's happening in China for now. So let's see how that goes. And then we'll see how that gets adopted in the wider world.
Wow.
So last thing on the list this week is Zybot. I am not entirely sure how impressed I am, but I think it's cool. What you're seeing here is a live stream of a robot that is tasked with doing different things. So it does different things. It learns those tasks, all its activity, all its movements get pushed on chain, and a cryptographical proof gets generated.
Oh,
So it's like
it's
proof
a
of trade.
crypto robot.
Exactly. So this is the synergy between robots in the real world and
Mm.
the blockchain, putting all of the learning, all of the tasks, all of the exercises that these robots are doing, putting it all on chain and making
Mhm.
it verifiably true. So you can't pretend that it hasn't done something that it's done. So
Mhm.
this is live streamed in real time. People are donating to it, kind of
Whoa.
doing different tasks with it, getting a little snippet of this prize pool that they're building. It's a cool experiment. We'll see where it goes, but I like the
Mhm.
fact that this is the real world, practically, demonstrably, actually on chain. I think that's very, very cool.
That is incredible. I hope they will also have like 2 arms next level. That would be nice.
It can do more, do much
Yeah.
more. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, but still that's a huge step. That's a huge step. Is that it for the pulse
that
section?
is it for the Pulse this week. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Then how about we talk about Warden and all the newest updates? What's happening? What's happening? What are the next agents launching on Warden? Is there
Okay.
anything you can share, Josh?
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is just bring up Warden right now. And so
Mhm.
we actually had quite a few good questions last week about the AI trading terminal. So I'm just going to take a second just to recap what that is, because some people were saying, what am I actually doing with these signals? So I'm just going to walk
Yes.
through that for a second. So what,
Great.
when you log into the Warden app, you have this trade section here. So if you click the
Mhm.
trade section, it will open up a market for you. These are hyperliquid markets and tokenized stocks. So for example, if I wanted to trade Tesla, I can do that using crypto as well. So pretty cool. Now, where
Yeah,
does the
doing not bad.
signals piece come in? Right? Where does the signals piece come in? So I'm going to show you here. I've got the Solana USDC
Mhm.
in front of me here, and I've got this Masari signals box. And I click that, and I can see what the current sentiment is, and it says it's bullish. And I can see the 1 week change. So how is it changing over a 1 week period? Well, the 1 week change on sentiment shows that it's improving. So I know what's going on right now, and I know the
Mhm.
kind of trend that we're looking at over a 1 week period. Now, if you're a trader and you actually want to go even deeper, I can click the go deeper button, and I would open up this research terminal that creates a detailed report on Solana for me. So think of this like your little co-pilot for your trading activity here. So you get much more insight out of the signals, and then you have the ability to actually research in detail what's going on in the
Mhm.
ecosystem that's relevant for you. So in the time that I've been waffling away for the last couple of
Pretty
seconds,
detailed.
we've got a detailed research report here on what's happening in the market, key metrics in the space, what's going on in the ecosystem, what's happening in the network. It's called out a few tokens. We've done some social trends. So if you think about how everybody trades today, it's just blind. You see this chart here, looks very beautiful, but do you know why it's got a green candle or a red candle, or why the trend is trending downwards or up?
Unless you know the technical analysis basics, at least.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
So by doing this with a bit of insight, with the signals that are available, and the ability to also do a bit of deeper research, maybe, just maybe, you can trade better. And you can see here, my last trade, I earned a grand total of $2. I was very happy with that. But
Oh, I earned $3, by the way.
there we go. I just lose, lose, lose. But now with this, because I've got a bit of insight, let's see if I start winning a little bit more.
Ooh, that's exciting. No, I
So
think
that's the
it's
trade
actually
terminal.
helpful. Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
helpful.
And then in the future, think about this, right? Think about some automations coming to the platform that let you open trades saying natural language instructions. So if the price of Solana hits X, open a
Mm,
short position. Or if the price of Solana hits Y, open a long
nice.
position, close it out at this. So instead of what you do right today, which I'm going to show you
Yes.
right now, instead of doing exactly all of this, where I'm clicking different buttons, I'm thinking about a short, I'm thinking about what kind of leverage I want to
My
open.
last favorite part of the
Hey,
trading process.
exactly. And I'm thinking about when I take my profit. And instead of clicking and figuring that out, you're doing that in natural language. The agent is saying, okay, I get what you're saying. Is this what you want me to set up for you? So just a
Great.
much more intuitive, automated way to trade.
Yeah, and simplified. Great.
Simplify. Exactly. And I'm going to get in trouble for this, I've realized, because we haven't announced it yet, but we will be announcing it in the next, I hope, couple of minutes.
Ooh.
We are seeing the first of a new wave of community agents being released on Warden. So, reminder, you go into the agent hub here. So, you're in chat, you go into the agent hub here. This is where you can see the available universe of agents on Warden. Verified is
So
all the ones that we've
convenient.
built. Yeah, all the ones we've built, all the ones that we've co-built with our partners, whether that's Uniswap, Jupiter, etc. And then there's the community section, which are the ones that are brought to us by the community. And very soon, anyone can publish their agent within the community hub. The first two editions here are the Deep Research Agent by Caesar. So these Caesar guys, we had them on the Inference. I think it was the last episode. We had some of the founders of Caesar.
Yeah, the episode before that, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
So we had Mark, the founder, on, and what Caesar do is really curate incredible outcomes using models. So they have a way of creating the best outcomes possible from certain models, the best way to deep search the internet to get incredible information. And now this is available at your fingertips here in the community section, right? So we've got two new agents here. We've got Deep Research by Caesar. So think about this as your companion for doing something on the scientific side. You might be really interested in a supplement or something that you see on the internet about health. And if you want to go into the detail of it, Deep Research will really help you do that.
It's like more generic. Sorry, Josh. It's more generic research, correct? It's not like Messari is crypto research and Caesar is general.
Is general deep research on almost absolutely anything. So, for example, one anecdote I saw, which I thought was pretty compelling, is the ability to successfully guess outcomes in, for example, NFL bets. So if, and this is super relevant, right? Because if you can see the amount of prediction markets that are popping up right now, if you look at the
narrative right now, yes, it's crazy.
Yeah. If you look at the most traded liquid poly markets, they're sports markets. So if you want to get the edge on some of those positions that you might be taking, use Deep Research by Caesar to understand the odds, understand what kind of bet you might have a more favorable outcome on. It's pretty crazy when you look at the outcomes from Caesar versus just humans betting blindly. So
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try today.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, have a think about it. Yeah, have a look at it. It's very, very cool. And then we've got the other agent here, which is the crypto research agent by Caesar. So this will give you detailed reports. It will also go onto the internet to scrape some information for you and compile a very, very detailed report on whatever crypto asset it is that you're trying to do a bit of research into. So two new agents for people to get their teeth into today. The announcement will be coming in the next hour or so.
Great.
And it's just the first of many more things to come.
Usually there is one agent launching and now we have two of them. Oh my god, what can be better? And Betflix. What's happening with Betflix?
Betflix has had an upgrade, which I think is pretty cool. So in summary, for those of you that haven't seen Betflix, where have you been is the first thing I will say. But Betflix it's swipe to trade. So it's very simple. You know, you see an asset and you can go short or you can go long. So I'll go long on this one, Fartcoin. I'm sorry, I'm shorting that. And you'll have a 30-second time window where you have opened that short or you've opened that long. What we've recently added are bigger position sizes. So previously you would just be going long or short on a $2 bet.
Yes.
But you can now do $5 and $10. So really giving people a little bit more freedom to choose what kind of trade that they want to open here. So it's a lot of fun. We've had some pretty big winners here. That's very, very cool. In the last hour or so, people have been getting their teeth into it. I think we announced it this morning, so it's quite early days, but it is the beginning of what we think is going to be quite the most viral, engaging way to trade for retail traders.
Wow. Yeah. I remember it just recently we were discussing that you guys were gonna add more options, variations for opening positions and like bigger bets. So now it's there. Wow.
It's there. It's there. So it is a Friday, and we are still shipping some more stuff later today, but it's been a jam-packed week already. And yeah, we're excited about the level of activity. And actually, I'm getting a little tip here from the producer, who has just said to me that, and we'll make this announcement formally, but we've seen nearly $60 million in volume across Betflix recently, which is pretty mind-blowing. So people just swiping long or short, left or right, nearly $60 million of volume and trades has been open during that period.
And they only had $2 bets before, so
exactly.
Now, wow, that's great. And there are new coins added as well.
There are new coins, yes. So what we're going to be doing is adding new coins on a weekly basis. So if there are coins or tokens that you want to see on Betflix, drop them into the comments here on this stream, or just in general, spam the community inbox for comments for tokens that you want to see, and we will add them probably 2 or 3 on a weekly basis. So expect Betflix to just get much bigger and better over time. And so we're also going to do some votes as well. Good tip by the producer there. We'll do some votes on that. So please do, when we launch that community, please do get involved.
It's going to be voting on an X, right? Pulse.
Voting on X, exactly. Voting
Great.
on X. Yeah, let's do it.
Great. Okay. So Josh, how do you feel? Should we go get another round of Flappy Yappy, or what are we gonna do?
Let's do Flappy Yappy. Yeah, I think I was just lucky last week. I shouldn't have won because I'm terrible at it. So why don't we do that? Let's do. Should we do winner takes it all? How are you feeling? Are you feeling brave?
Takes it all in terms of what?
One game, winner takes it all. So me versus you.
Producer just cannot wait for us to play.
Yeah, producer's killing it. So maybe let's do best of 2. Should we do best of 2? So we can have a little warm up and then.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Kick off my,
you ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
So wait, I don't remember if I press play right now. Am I gonna play, or there's gonna be another?
There's one more screen. I've already started.
Okay.
I'm starting again. I'm starting now.
Okay.
Very stressful about these games. We've got to find a more relaxing mini game, I think, to play. I'm not sure what that would be, though.
Oh my god, I have no idea what's going on right now. You're playing, right?
I'm playing. I'm still on my first game.
I just started. This is so stressful.
Okay, I just died. I've got a high score of 16. So I'm going to wait till you've got through.
My laptop is lagging a little bit. Okay, I already have more. Oh no, 22.
So I am still here, but my camera has crashed, which is typical, absolutely typical of technology.
Oh. Are we playing another one?
Yeah, can you hear me still, Yuli?
Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
Well, you can hear me, but you can't see me, unfortunately, because my camera has decided to self-combust.
Oh. I lost my window. Oh yes, we cannot see you. Oh my god. Yeah, well, new age of technology, huh? Should we start?
It can't handle the heat. So why don't I do my second round and you can do your second round, and this is the decider. What's your high score so far?
22.
Well, that's better than mine.
High score. Wait, high score. You mean in the previous one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 22. Okay.
Should we do it again? Final one.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yes. Wait, no, come on. I haven't even started and it fell.
Well, why don't you start again? Start again. That doesn't sound fair.
Oh my god. Yes, I don't know what's happening. Whoa. What the heck?
I'm still going. How are you getting on?
I'm
I'm
done.
done.
I don't know what
I'm done
happened.
at 16 again. I'm done at 16
I
again.
don't know what happened. So I caught this rocket, like nitro or whatever it was, and then so it shows I got 25.
Well, you're officially the winner this week, Yuli.
Oh my god. Oh. That was wild. But yeah, my laptop is also kind of overheating, I guess. There's too much pressure.
Too much
Too much
pressure on the
pressure, too
laptop.
much
Yeah.
going on.
There we go. Well, is
Oh
this
my
your
God.
first win of the week, or is this your second win?
Second, I guess.
There we go. You're catching up. All right. Next week we'll have to do something slightly different.
Yeah, so we're doing next week, right? We're gonna have our 6th episode. Are we gonna do pre-Christmas?
We'll keep people on their toes. Maybe it'll be before, maybe it'll be after. We'll have to see have to see how it goes.
Okay. But yeah, let's definitely do the next one. Always a pleasure having these live streams.
Yes. Let's do it. Well, to everybody watching, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry my camera has decided to give up the ghost this week.
No.
We're going to have to upgrade that. We'll fix it at some point, I'm sure.
I'm going to show little hearts here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
For joining, and thank you, Josh.
See you later. Thank you.
See you. Bye.